up would be a spotlight on recognition. Dr. Flathman.
Thank you. This month, it's my privilege to announce the Employee of the Month is Lisa Kimlinger. Lisa is a special education paraprofessional at Stevenson who works with some of the highest need students at Stevenson. She puts in her whole heart and soul working with our students and their parents. She has so much love and respect for the children, and the children respect for her. Besides her 6.25-hour workday as a para, she's also assigned to crossing guard, never complaining about how cold it is, snowy, or what the rain conditions are outside. In addition to her paraprofessional duties, she and her family volunteer to work at Stevenson's annual family bingo night, school carnival, and kindergarten registration, and whatever else Stevenson might host for students and their families. She's always willing to take on additional responsibilities. She believes that Mr. Vossler believes that Lisa deserves the district-wide recognition for her dedication, hard work, integrity, and a team player. So congratulations to Lisa.
Congratulations. Next up, a Distinguished Service Award.
Also, it's my pleasure to just let you know that Tina Keeler has been awarded the Minnesota Association for the Education of Young Children Service Award. And she is an example of the quintessential child care provider and worked directly with children since 1989. Tina is also a high school Fridley graduate and has been working in the program and attending conferences over the years. Christy Saby says that Tina is so deserving of this award. She's an unsung hero like so many people at the conference. She has no fancy title, she has no big paycheck, and she comes to work every day with great attitude. She gets along well with her coworkers, and she has a big parent fan club and is great with our children. She's worked her magic on so many children over the course of the many years she's been at the Fridley Public Schools. So congratulations to Tina.
Yes, congratulations to Tina. Next up, we have our superintendent and staff's reports, beginning with the Harvard math accomplishments.
So tonight, Jacob is here, and so I just want to bring, Jacob, you can come, actually, you don't have to say too much. They may have a question or two. We won't make you do math right now, because I think you'd, probably show us all up on it. But Jacob is 16 of the top students in Minnesota All-State Math League, sponsored by Minnesota State High School League Mathematics League, traveled to Boston last weekend to compete in the annual mathematics tournament, which was hosted by Harvard and MIT. Teams from around the world participated in the tournament. This year, the field included 92 teams. Several teams traveled from their home countries to attend. Most of the teams present, Minnesota was performed admirably during the past 4 years, but has always missed earning a place among the top 10 teams. They would not be denied this year, and Minnesota brought home their first set of awards and trophies. The Minnesota Gold 1 team won 3 awards: 10th place in the team round, 3rd place in the guts round, 10th place in the sweepstakes, with an overall sum of the additional results and of all the team test results. Members of the Minnesota team included Frank Hahn, Jacob Hofstede, Daniel Ying, Trevor Moore, Jacob Nilsson, and Daniel Q, Michael Tang, and Nick White. And they are pictured in one of those pictures that we saw. So congratulations to Jacob. Thank you for coming tonight so that we can recognize you and your mom and dad for being here as well. We appreciate coming here, and Jacob's an excellent example of kind of one of the best here. So congratulations, Jacob, and I understand you have an announcement about where you might be going to college.
Okay, well, I officially enrolled in St. Olaf just recently. It's the college I wanted to go to for a while. And a couple of weekends ago, we got our financial aid information. They gave me an $18,000 presidential scholarship and then over $12,000 in grants. So that's enough to reasonably afford it. So I'm excited for going there.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's
Very good.
wonderful.
Welcome to being an Ole.
Yep.
Yeah, so,
What's
but
the career goal?
What?
What's the career goal for
The
you?
career goal? I don't know if career goal, but something that involves high levels of math and a job that I could continue to learn too.
You have lots of options. Good luck.
Yes.
yeah, thank you and
Congratulations.
congratulations, Jake.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And because we always like to put the tough people after the students, we'll now have a little talk about the IB update. So ladies, if you
Good evening. Thank you for having us here. My name is Carol Nielsen, and I am one of our IB, or International Baccalaureate Coordinators, and I am the coordinator for the Middle Years Program, which we call the MYP. All of us here, and I'll let my colleagues introduce themselves when they step up, are coordinators of our programs, and all of our programs are currently going through a 5-year evaluation cycle. So we're here to tell you a little bit about that, but also to fill you in a little bit of background about how we got where we are here today. So we'll start first with a little bit of our history. Back in about 2004 or 5, we joined an integration district called Northwest Suburban Integration School District. And as part of that district, all of the schools chose a magnet program. And we had a choice of a International Baccalaureate theme, an arts theme, or a STEM theme. And we chose the IB Middle Years program as our magnet program. So we began developing that, and as we moved through the process, we had a magnet school grant that we used for our first year, and then received an additional 3-year grant following that to continue the development of the Middle Years program, and then add the diploma program for the IB and also for technology. And since then, our programs are all staying by our district funds. So that's our journey of why we chose IB and where we are. Our timeline for our authorization was we began our journey in 2004 or 5, and finally then we became authorized as an IB World School for the Middle Years program in 2007. Then with the next grant, we added the diploma program, got authorized in 2009, and then we started to embark on the primary years program, which we call the PYP. When that became authorized in 2010, we knew that our little 3- and 4-year-old students had the option of joining also the PYP, so we embarked on that journey. So we have a pre-K 12 program now, including the 3- and 4-year-old program, and we did that in 2013. The IB has since added a brand new program, so we thought, why not? Let's make it the whole continuum. It is called the IB Career Related Program, and Jessica Baker will tell you a bit more about that. And so we are currently a candidate school. So that's where we are in the process. And the 3 circles at the bottom represent each of the programs, the PYP, MYP, DP, and CP, as we call them. Okay, all of these programs have some very similar components that they look a little differently at different at each level, but international mindedness is a huge focus. Really understanding your own culture, the cultures of others, making sure we look at things from other perspectives, listening to other people's opinion, saying we might not all agree, but it's okay that we have our own opinions about lots of things. The IB Learner Profile balances that really rigorous curriculum with a character piece, and the IB Learner Profile traits our students could all recite and we use as a part of our everyday language. The curriculum is broad-based, concept-driven, inquiry-driven, and then there is a very rigorous assessment program for all the programs as well. The approaches to learning skills are all about students learning how they learn and learning to be communicators, learning how to do research, learning how to organize and manage yourself, not only your physical space and your things, but also your mindset as well, and really helping our kids really analyze how they learn. And that's how they're going to be able to progress forward and improve, by really analyzing and reflecting upon their learning skills. All of the programs have a language acquisition program, starting with Spanish in the primary years program and developing continued languages, adding additional languages at the middle school and the high school. There's also a service program, Action. We encourage our kids to be responsible global citizens at all levels. And then there's a culminating project in each program with the PYP, the children do an exhibition. In the MYP, each student does a personal project. And in the diploma program, our diploma grads do an extended essay, which is a college-level piece of research. So those are the common threads that run through all of our programs. Kirsten?
All international IB world schools are required to do an evaluation process every 5 years, and we are right now in that evaluation process. So the last time we had an evaluation, we wrote an action plan. We worked on getting better at some things, and we are now in this self-study. So we are doing some self-reflection. What are our major accomplishments in the last 5 years? What are still some areas where we want to grow? In next spring, 2017, spring of 2017, we will have visitors from the IB come to our schools and just check, are we implementing these programs with fidelity? And they will, at the end of that evaluation process, give us a report. And again, that informs our action plan for the following 5 years. There are a set of standards and practices that we are evaluated on, and this is a really comprehensive set of practices. They look at, do we understand the philosophy of the IB? Do we have adequate leadership and structure in order to implement it? Do we have the resources and support behind it? And then there are many standards around our curriculum. Collaborative planning is a big requirement. Teachers are required to work together to provide the best education. There are written curriculum requirements, teaching and learning requirements, and assessment requirements.
I'm Veronica Westerman, the PYP coordinator at Stevenson Elementary, and I'm going to walk you through the timeline of the self-study and the evaluation process, and then your role as the school board. This spring, we just continued to collect feedback from our stakeholders. That's you, families, students, teachers, our administrative team at the district level and at the school levels, parents. Then we take all of that feedback, review the policies, and this summer we will look at it, analyze it, identify what the strengths are that we have with our program and what areas we need to grow in. In the fall, then the IB will ask us for documentation of all of our different standards and practices and where we're at. We will submit those, and then in the spring they'll come back and they will visit each of our schools. Your role, we'll ask you to provide feedback throughout this process. We did so a little bit earlier today, and we'll take a look at that and analyze it. We will also invite you to attend our evaluation visits at our different school levels, at the PYP, the middle school, and at the high school. And we will try to continue to learn along with you about our programs and their impact on our students. We'll ask you to review the policies, assessment policy, our language policy, our policy for our second language policy, and our trying to remember, academic honesty, correct? And then we'll also look at our alignment with the Fridley Public Schools and the IB mission statements.
There we go. I'm Jessica Baker. I'm the IB coordinator at the high school for the diploma program and also for our new IB career-related program. And since we're here talking to you anyway tonight, I thought I would update you a little bit about our progress with the IB career-related program and how that's going through our candidate process. So we are currently a candidate school for the brand new IB career-related program. There are only about 100 schools worldwide that currently offer this program, so we are getting in at the beginning and kind of being the groundbreaking school for that as far as that goes. To become a candidate school, we did have to submit an application to the IB, accepted thus far, and we're continuing into the next steps. What this program is a complement to the diploma program. The diploma program is really aimed at students who are heading towards a four-year university path when they leave us after graduation. And this program brings in students who are looking at more of a two-year education or a vocational certification after they leave high school, or going just right into the career field. And so what this program does is combine the rigorous academics that we offer through the diploma program in that students take part in 2 DP classes and take the exams that go along with them. And in addition to that, go through one of our career and technical ed programs. And we're offering this certification through 2 of our programs right now. And that is our health careers, our EMR and EMT, emergency medical technician, that has the industry certified exam that students can take to become eligible to get a job in that career right after they take this class. And we're also doing one kind of IT focused, computer science and programming, that students could take either of those 2 programs in combination with the diploma program classes. And there's also, just like all IB programs, what they call the core. So there's a culminating project, service, included in some other pieces, language development, and things that are common in all of the IB programs. And so we do have the IB coming to visit Fridley High School on April 25th this spring. So you'll be invited to join us and to meet those visitors. And our plan after that is to be authorized and offer that next year to our current 10th grade students who would begin this program as juniors next year. So we'll keep you updated on our progress as we go through. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Anyone have any question for these ladies?
I was just saying, it's a really good overview of the full picture of the program. You know, we've heard about bits and pieces of it as it's coming along, but this was a nice way to bring it all together and see that continuum. And I'm really excited about the continuum and the career program. And I have no doubt that you guys will do the work to get it, that we'll get it. I have no reason to believe we wouldn't. But I'm really, really excited about that component for those kids, because not all of our kids are 4-year bound, and that's okay. And I love that there's some options for them as well in terms of how to boost their academic learning and take that out into the world. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we move on to business action items, the first of which is a resolution accepting the gifts. Every month we are fortunate enough to be the recipients of gifts from folks around Fridley, and we have to do a resolution for them, and I'm just going to read through the various gifts that we were received. The donations to the Fridley Middle School this month, the Target Take Charge of Education program was $2,302.92. The following persons donated to the Fridley High School. Nathaniel Zenner, on behalf of the TCF Scholars, 50 tickets to the NHL Stadium Series hockey game. That was a program for a student celebration for Miss Burian's personal finance class. That they were able to take advantage of that. The Take Charge from Target of the Target Take Charge of Education program donated $3,961.08 to Fridley High School. The Wells Fargo Community Support Campaign also donated $70 to the Fridley High School. With that, do I have a motion to accept these gifts and thank the donors for their contributions?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Sturdivant, second by Pruitt to accept the gifts and thank the donors for their contributions. Any further discussion? If not, clerk, could you please call the roll?
Ms. Delville?
Aye.
Ms. Lindblad?
Aye.
Ms. Perito?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye,
Mr. Sturdivant?
Aye.
and the resolution passes. Next up, we have a motion for the school board calendar for July 2016 through June of 2017, bringing out all of the school board dates. One date of note specifically for the public would be the Tuesday, December 20th at 7 p.m. as also our Truth and Taxation meeting. And certainly the public, if they have any questions on their tax forms that come from the state, are certainly welcome to join us and ask questions that evening.
Move to approve the school board meeting calendar.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Lindblad, second by Delvo, to approve the school board meeting calendar for July 2016 through June 2017. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion passes. Our next motion is to rescind the vote and motion that we did in a special school board meeting on March 1st with regards to the high school bid project. Do we need to have a little discussion about that, maybe, Matt, or anyone to just?
Yeah, we can. So we're,
Talk a little bit.
tonight we have two motions in front of you. There's, the first one, as Chris said, is to rescind the motion that happened on the special board meeting on March 1st. The same contractor is going to receive the award, he. The motion that took place on March 1st, we are going to update that motion and include some additional projects in the motion that we have coming to you this evening. So you will see that the first motion is to rescind that motion at the special board meeting on March 1st, and the second motion is to accept the base bid and a couple alternates and 2 hold alternates tonight. Sheehy has completed multiple projects for ATS&R engineering in the past. They've also provided the district with a bid bond, which says that the bidding company or the bonding agency is in support that they are able to complete the work that they have proposed to do for us, and at the dollar figure they have done it or proposed for us.
All right, with that, I would accept a motion to, first to rescind the vote from the March 1st meeting with regard to the high school bid project.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion by Delvo, seconded by Lindblad. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? And that flavor passes. All right, the next motion would be to award Sheehy the high school bid project as they originally bid with their base bid as well as the alternates as we discussed earlier. Do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Second?
I have a motion by Proito, seconded by Lindblad to accept the high school bid from Sheehy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion is passed. Next up would be the consent agenda, which is the routine action items, including the minutes from the regular school board meeting that was held on on February 16th, 2016, the special board meeting that was held March 1st, 2016, monthly financial reports, new contracts, amendments, leaves of absence, termination, resignation, and retirements, an achievement and integration budget for 2016-2017, the Minnesota Department of Education user access recertification of Lori Adler as the identified official with authority for MDE authorizations, the Fridley Middle School Humanities overnight trip to historical sites in northern Minnesota that will take place this year on April 14th and 15th, as well as the 7th and 8th grade overnight field trip to the East Coast for Washington, D.C., Gettysburg, as well as New York City. That will be June 13th, 18th of 2017. One note I guess I would like to make note of is we do have one person who is retiring from us, long-standing paraprofessional at the Fridley Middle School, Shirley Gord. She has 29 years of service in the Fridley School District, and we do thank her for all her service. And we are sorry to see her retiring, but wish her well in her future endeavors. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Delvo, seconded by Sturdivant, to approve the consent agenda as I previously read. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the consent agenda passes. Our next item on the agenda is the monthly financial reports.
No.
Or I'm missing it, excuse me, yeah, no, that'll be the
Student enrollment.
Student enrollment.
student enrollment. Oh, excuse me, yeah, we did through them, sorry, yeah, student enrollment, yes.
So tonight in your packet are the March 1 numbers for student enrollment. Again, they are very consistent and above our projection for the revised budget. We did see a slight decrease in our high school, and that is a decrease that we have seen historically throughout a year in the high school, but again, it has been very strong up until March, and we see about a 16 student drop, and they're kind of from freshmen to 12th graders. So, but other than that, we will keep an eye on that as we begin to build the budget for the adopted budget that we will bring to you in June.
All right, thank you. Next would be reports from school board members, beginning with the Northeast Metro 916 board meeting from March 2nd. Marcia?
Yes, at that meeting, we welcomed our newest member district, and that is St. Anthony, and they bring the number of member districts now to 14. We had a presentation by the special ed director, Dan Neidich, and he gave information on two of the unique services offered through special education, and these are the assessment center and the consultation team. Now, the assessment center serves students in grades 5 through 12, and it was established in 2009 at the request of member districts, and they were looking for someone to provide comprehensive education evaluation of student skills and school functioning, because the individual districts didn't have the resources to do these do this evaluation on their own. And more recently, the consultation team was created, and that was to analyze both special ed students and special ed programs. And that are facing challenging situations in which conventional methods have not been successful. So this team provides innovative, research-based interventions geared toward achieving success for the student or program. And so far in 2016, there have been 18 referrals to the program. 9 evaluations have been completed. 4 were in process, and 5 did not fit the model. So that's that.
Right, thank you. Next up was the Association of Metropolitan School Districts board meeting held March 4th. Mary Kay?
Yes, this was, excuse me, this was our legislative preview during this meeting. So all the legislators from the metropolitan school districts, or who represent the metropolitan school districts, were invited. And there was a good showing from legislators in those districts. And our representatives here for the Fridley district were present. And we discussed, so the heads of the Senate and House Education Committee were on a panel and did some talking about what they sort of anticipated coming up in the session. And then we reviewed the legislative agenda for AMSD. And just to highlight some of the agenda that overlaps with Fridley's legislative agenda is the equalization funding, basic formula funding, and then full funding for special ed cross subsidy. So those are the overlap areas between the AMSD platform and what is of particular interest at this time to Fridley School District.
Right, thank you. Next up, we have our important future school board dates. Northwest Suburban Integration School District Joint Powers Board meeting will be held tomorrow night, March 16th at 6:15 at their district offices. The next AMSD board meeting will be March 18th, 7 to 9 a.m. at the Ties Conference Center. April 5th, we have the Northeast Metro 916 board meeting, 6 p.m. at the Bel Air School. And our next Fridley Public School Board meeting will be April 19th, beginning with a work session at 5:30 in City Hall Conference Room A, the open forum at 7 p.m. in the Conference Room A, and the business meeting here in the City Council chambers beginning at 7:30. Are there any other items? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion by Lindblad, second by Provito to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion is adjourned at 8 o'clock.